Hello everyone, welcome back to basically the final episode of Inselstadt, and before I get started, let's get this sorted once and for all. Inselstadt means basically an island city, so I speak German, so in German, Insel means island, Stadt means town, so basically island town or island city, because the whole thing is on islands, so yeah, get it. And the map is one of the in-game maps that came with Park Life, so that's something else that's really asked a lot of the time. So I'm just going to go through with you guys some of the things that I have done in this city that make it work so well, how I made it visually so pretty, I guess, and basically just what made this city. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched my Inselstadt videos and everyone who contributed different ideas to do in the city, and also different things and also things that could help me in terms of building or with mods or assets or things like that. So thank you guys for all of that, I really appreciate it. Originally this city was not meant to be on camera, so this was just my off-camera city that I just wanted to build with and just play around with, just because I basically just started this city because I wanted to try out the new Park Life different assets and things like that, and then it broke my original save game, which was St. Petersburg, and here we are today. So St. Petersburg just completely broke. I just had to completely continue on with this city. A lot of you guys did not like that, but I thought, you know what, I'll prove you guys wrong, this city will turn out good, and here we are today. So it is definitely good. So we started off with the old town, which is basically just that one island, and then it really just grew from there. And when I first built the old town on the island, I wasn't expecting to build such a huge city, but it basically just grew and grew and grew, and I really let the city evolve following the natural landscape of the map. So I didn't really terraform anything. All of the roads, they really followed the design of like the hills, the waterways, and the tree lines as well. So that's something that really made this city, and a lot of people do like that fact that my city is very natural looking in terms of the flow. So there isn't really much of a grid. Technically, yeah, there are grids, but they're not very obvious. They're very free-flowing, free-forming type grids. And a lot of the time, I didn't use large roads in the older part of the city because I wanted to allow the cars to find their own way. And then basically, once those cars found their own way through, then I'd make the roads that they chose be the main roads, if that makes sense. So that's something that I really experimented with this city, because I really just wanted to see what way cars prefer to go if I don't designate an actual way for them to go. So that's something that really transformed this city, and a lot of you guys did like that as well. So something that really made this city quite accessible is definitely the highway that goes all the way around. At first I didn't put it in, but it was very, very evident that I needed it straight away, because you guys saw, if you watched some of the earlier videos, there was so much traffic trying to get in, and if you don't have a highway, all of that traffic trying to get into the city is really going to back up so far. So I think it's a really good idea to have a highway that goes in a big circular motion around your city, or at least part of your city anyway, because it's just going to make it a lot more easier, a lot more accessible, and it gives you a lot more areas to build with, and it's really just so much easier and better. So definitely do that if you haven't already. So something else that really made my city look very realistic, and it's something that a lot of you guys have asked me about or have just mentioned in the comments below, and that's basically how the building heights are laid out. So when I watch a lot of YouTube videos about city skylines, a lot of you guys will do really high-rise buildings, and then on the opposite side of the road is very low density buildings, and it looks very odd. So you need to start with the really high buildings and then slowly work your way down, instead of just going from really high density then dropping it right down to extremely low. That looks kind of odd, so you need to slowly bring it down. Think of it like steps. So you start at the top step and then it slowly works its way down to the bottom. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. So if you're going to have a really big downtown, in my opinion, you need a big urban sprawl just to kind of make it look more realistic, unless you're restrained by certain geographical reasons. So you'll notice in my city there's a lot of urban sprawl just because before I did the urban sprawl, the downtown did look a little out of place. So the more urban sprawl there is, the better it just makes the downtown look, if that makes sense. Not always, but it is generally how it goes. And I'm not saying that urban sprawl is good, but it's just something that is happening nowadays, something that is very common. Now, in terms of public transport in Inselstadt, there really isn't much. There's basically trains and buses. So you guys would have seen the train network tour video that I did, I think in the last episode or 2 episodes ago. So it really goes around a lot of the outskirt areas, and also I made sure it goes into the downtown, because obviously you definitely need your train line to get to the downtown, because that's where a lot of people will want to go. So if you want to check out the train network video, I'll link that above if you haven't seen it already. It is quite a nice video. A lot of you guys liked it, and I really liked seeing all of the stations up close, like in the first person mode and third person, just going around. It was quite nice. And so buses, yeah, so the trains and buses are the 2 main things, but the real main way I wanted people to get around in this city is just through bikes. So there's so many bike paths throughout the whole of Inselstadt. You would have seen a lot of bike paths were raised up over roads, and a lot of people were using the bike path. I cannot stress how many people were using it, and for me, that was such an accomplishment, because I'd never seen so many people using the bike path before. And I think it was thanks to the bike path mod that I did use. It somehow encouraged more people. Maybe it had a higher attractiveness level, I'm not sure. But yeah, my whole city is very connected in terms of cycling and just walking. And I think that really helped congestion. Well, it definitely did, but I think it really did help a lot. So consider that in your city in the future. It worked out quite well in my city. I never did bike paths to this extent, but it's definitely turned out quite well. So guys, this map is available on Steam, so the whole thing, if you want to download it, play with it, do whatever, you want to blow it up, you want to destroy it all, I don't know. It's available on Steam, so if you just click on one of the links in my description, it's the modern asset list, you can just go to there, and you can find all of my other cities, all of my mods and assets, it's all there for you, so you don't need to keep asking for it, it is right there. And that's about it. So in terms of what's coming up on my channel, well, I'm definitely going to be starting a new city eventually. I'm just in the process of finding a new map, and for me, I am quite picky, so I will probably find one, then I might edit it a little bit to make it exactly how I want. But the thing about town planning is you don't really have the option to terraform too much in real life, so I don't want to really make my own map to exactly how I want it. I kind of like the challenge of the existing terrain, if that makes sense. So there's going to be another city. I'm going to do a Q&A video very soon, and then also I'm planning on doing a video showing you guys my birds, because a lot of you guys would like to see my birds because you always hear them chirping in the background of my videos, and I'd like to hear from you guys. What else would you like to see on my channel? So leave a comment below and I will definitely go through them, because a lot of people have been saying, well, maybe you should play other games, but I don't really know if I really want to. So anyway, leave a suggestion, and that is all I have to say to you guys. I'll give you guys some final shots of the city, and I'll see you guys very soon with another video. Bye guys.